Hello everyone, my name is El Parnaso, but for today's video I'm gonna be El Buen Samaritano against this guy with, 1122. So this is gonna be a high rated video of Snake Eyes. So let's go. Okay, he won the dice roll, so he's gonna start. He's gonna go here with the Fiendsmith combo, and one thing just to point out here, and that thing is even if your opponent start with normal summon Lori, which it will be considered kinda the worst way to start the Fiendsmith line in your deck, like when you're actually playing a duel, you shouldn't Fuwa there, because if they have their own Fuwa in their hand, they're just gonna make the Requiem, you're gonna draw just one, they're gonna pass, they're gonna still have the Lacrima Paradise available in your own turn, and if he draw the Fuwa, he's not gonna have anything in their field whenever they use the Requiem, so they will be able to chain the Mulcharmi at that time. So you're kinda just waste the Fuwa in that scenario, because in that possible scenario, so it's just better not to risk it and wait for a Requiem effect. In that way, the Lacrima must be sent to the graveyard in one way or another, so he can have the Paradise combo, or he must send the Paradise at that point and not doing anything else, risking the follow-up because they wouldn't be sending Engraver, right? So just try to attempt this and see how it goes. And now that's what I'm going to do here. He's gonna go for the Requiem, going for the Fuwa. He's deciding what I just told you, like he's sending the Paradise instead. Well, he had the Engraver already, so that's fine for him. Now here, he's gonna make the decision of giving me one more draw, so he can have the disruption of the Necrokeep, which funny enough against Snake Eyes is very good, besides the draw effect, right? Because he has 3 hand traps already, and the Engraver, like, I think it was a very good decision. Here he's gonna have the follow-up in the graveyard and the hand, and he's gonna have one more draw, which will be a Bystial. Nice. So now he has 4 hand traps, the Necrocreep, and the Trap Disruption. That's 6 interruptions, or 5 interruptions and 1 draw. So I think this is very nice. Okay, let's see what happened next here. I think, okay, yeah, he's just setting the Imperm, then I'm just going, well, okay, that's life sometimes. Let me see. Okay, so I decided to start with the Temple, because if my opponent decide to summon at any point when I start my push, I'm gonna have an extra monster, and even going first, having extra monsters available for you to play is very valuable in a Snake Eye deck. Like, very, very valuable. Well, he has no way to interact here with the Temple, I think, so here I put the Flamberge because I gonna have access in the graveyard to both the Snake Eye names regardless. Like, I have 2 ways to dump them, the Diablastar, the Deception, plus one of them are gonna be the normal summon, right? So here, that's what I'm trying to do. Because of the new Snake Eye Fusion, I can just go with this. Now, at the time, I was playing this in the main deck, so I'm trying just to avoid the Necrocreep interaction here immediately. Plus, I already have the Deception, right? So now that's gone. I'm gonna try to push this. It was very important because this sends as cost, so the Necrocreep will have allowed my opponent to draw 1 card even if they didn't have any interaction. Well, they did, so there it goes. Now I'm gonna go with the Engraver, because at this point I'm trying to protect the Snake Eye effect as much as I can. Now it was also important because even if I go to the Moon Requiem line, I had the Lacrima in the graveyard, so well, I was just trying to get as much grind as possible because I felt that was where the game was going, you know. So here they allow me to special the Engraver, so I'm just trying to get as much Light Fiends as I can to grind the game and to make Requiem available so I can disrupt the cards. Now here I send the Engraver again. Now I'm gonna have a monster available always thanks to these 2 and the Fusion. So I try to go first with the Sequence. Now it gets negated. That's fine by me because this is still a link to that I can use to Promethean and blah blah blah. He decided to do it on summon. If someone can let me know why he did that, that would be great because I didn't understand that. And now, because like he went for this and this and blah blah blah, he still has the Paradise, which is very important for us to keep this so we can play after that. Like, if we play with these two cards and we push through everything, ideally, after that we can go with these two to go with the Doom Dragon, the Snake Eye Fusion, and the Flambers will get us other two monsters. And in case my opponent summon anything, the Doom Dragon is gonna put it back in the spell trap zone. So that's what we're trying to push right here. Now, so in theory we're just fine. We go with the Princess, with the Promethean, to try to push this, because actually this wasn't gonna help us that much. Like, what we were going to revive the Snake Eye Ash, then the Snake Eye Ash will have need either to use this or the field spell to try to get another Snake Eye card on the field. So we were just trying to actually get the Paradise done. Like, we were happy with this interaction because the Princess was gonna be in the graveyard where you wanted to be, right? And it was properly summoned, so it can actually use its effect. And here is where we try to push with the Doom Dragon. We go with these two, like, which will be kind of fine. And now, because we already pushed with the Fiendsmith cards and the Promethean, and at this time at least we didn't have a way to OTK the opponent with the extra deck after these pushes, we decided to go with what we were protecting in the extra deck for the grind game, the Fiendsmith cards in the graveyard and the Mascarena line with the IP, so we can just get that turn like we were trying to do, right? Like we were trying to play. So here we first try to do as much damage as possible, and then we try to get that one turn that we need so we can just go kill him. Now here I decide to leave the Popular because whenever Popular leaves the field, it's gonna put us any fire in the graveyard here, and with the Temple interaction it can be a special summon, etc, etc. Okay, so the situation here is going to be that, you know, we're because he sent the Paradise in the last turn, he didn't need to use the Requiem at any time. So now he is gonna feel his field, like he's gonna draw another Bystial still. And because of the Bystial's interactions, my Mascarena is gonna be kinda useless here. Like, I'm gonna lose it. And here, because I don't know about the other Bystial, and because he reads the Requiem, and I'm gonna lose both of my interactions here regardless. Like, if this Bystial decide to hit this Poplar, I'm not gonna have either the Princess or the monster or the extra monster to link summon. I know that after I'm gonna make the Temple and revive something here, but even if I do that, I'm not gonna have much after it. And if he decided to hit the Mascarena instead of the Poplar, I still gonna have the Princess, but that's not gonna do that much against two different ways to generate Light Fiends. So here I'm just, you know, trying to get this next turn with a build with enough resources and his lack of enough resources, so I can make this 1300, right? At the end of the day, if I deal 1300 the next turn, I'm gonna win. If he don't deal with this Princess on the field after I make this in the battle phase, I'm gonna have these Flambers whenever they summon and the Promethean push, and he don't have the battle phase anymore. So as long as he can deal with both of that, I should be fine. However, he's gonna deal with both of that. Like, he's gonna just make the Requiem. Remember, the restriction of Requiem is that he only can special summon itself once per turn. You can use the effect of special summon from the deck or hand whatever times you want to. So here he's gonna make this, blah blah blah, you know, like, there's not that much to comment here. I just wanted to, oh yeah, I just wanted to point that out. He played two Requiems, and I didn't play around that, because if he wouldn't have, he will be forced to play the Fiendsmith track and to do, you know, what we will call here like malabares. So he can return the Requiem from the graveyard with the sequence and blah blah blah. Now, because he actually played two Requiems, he didn't need to do any of that, and he took a lot of advantage that I didn't think of because I wasn't planning around it. That's well deserved. Now, basically, my Promethean did nothing, and still gonna make everything, like he's gonna even make the Lubellion because he indeed draw another Bystial, and now he's gonna make the SP to make sure that Flamberge disappears. And now I'm here in this position when if I hit this guy in any way, shape, or form with enough damage, I still win the duel. So that's what we are going to try to do, because when it's all said and done, he didn't left nothing. He just cleared my field, which is really good, but he only has one negate, right? Now I draw the Snake Eye Ash, so I'm trying to think what I can do, right? Like I still have the Poplar in the deck, so I can still play. The Flamber is gone. That's actually a huge problem here. I'm trying to see what's gonna be the food for Desiree. So I'm trying to push with the track first. He doesn't fall for it, so I'm gonna try to keep playing. Here he's gonna have the Baldrake Disruption thanks to the regain. That's gonna be a problem because he can either tribute the Indian Graver or the Desiree, so he can just send other thing on my field too. So here I'm trying to protect the Snake Eye Ash as much as I can. So here I'm trying to push the Baldrake effect before I compromise my extra deck. And that's the way I push the Desiree here. Now, I was thinking how to get two extra monsters, to another monster here, so I can push with the Snake Doom Dragon, but I already use it, and that's kind of sad. It would be great for the deck to play two of them, but you know, that's life. So here I'm just trying to get a monster, an extra monster on the field, so I can keep pushing with the SP, because it doesn't matter to hit the. It doesn't matter if I hit the field, like if I can attack directly, as long as I can make the 13 damage. So that's what I'm trying to aim for. Here, he's gonna just use the Baldrake, and now. He's gonna have the draw, and all I need to do now is summon a 4100 monster, right? Which sadly enough, I wasn't available to do. Now, definitely a lot of things to learn there. First, to playing around the second Requiem is very important, as you see. Is really game changing to have the second one, and to think about your opponent having a second one, especially around these times when people are emphasizing more in the Fiendsmith engine in their decks, like Fiendsmith Bystial or Fiendsmith blah blah blah. Like even a lot of people are starting to play two track instead of the one now. The other thing, and I was thinking about it, is maybe I should have started my push with the Snake Eye Ash normal summon, because at the end of the day, with all the extra that I already used, there wasn't that much push that card was going to allow me, especially compared with the Fiendsmith Tractor resolving and doing all their stuff. So that was the two main things I think we should learn about this. Oh, and how he decided to play around the full one, and the importance of the Necrokeep, a really good card. Okay, so I think this was long enough. I don't like to make such like long videos. So the next single, the two next singles, I'm going to show you like daily, so we can have more time to discuss like the interactions, which I think is really important to actually learn the game and its complexity, right? To try to discuss what was happening, what I was thinking, and what I think now. So let me know if you like it, or if you want the whole match like as a whole in just one video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.